Teresa Ribero, bronze medalists in this event in 2002 in Seville, not her home water, but nevertheless Spanish waters. Jo Hammond came to the sport only 3 years ago, astonished everybody in 2003 by winning her first senior 2000 meter race at the World Cup in Milan. Ismael Marero Arias from Havana won in Eton with this event, second in Lucerne, third in Lucerne, and winner of a semi-final. Marit van Eupen also winner of a semi-final from Holland. And then Benedict Lucy Dorfman, 35 years old, so she's done this a few times before. Second, 2 silver medals and a bronze medal in the women's single scull. And on the outside lane, Laura Tasch of Germany. She's sitting forward a bit tense, whereas the others are sitting back relaxed. They haven't been called over by the umpire yet. You really don't need to waste too much adrenaline sitting, holding the position, the forward position, until the umpire calls you over. There's Jo Hammond. Very cool customer, as I say, winner of her first ever 2000 meter race in the World Cup in Milan in 2003, silver medalist in this event last year. She tried the double this season, hasn't worked. Back in the single, and she has some very fast times. Clean start all round, but very different styles. Marit van Eupen was very slow off in the heat and took a long time to come through. In the semi-final, took a long time to come through. Looks like she's shot out pretty quickly there, and wants to take an early lead. No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. I've read that wrongly. It is Ismael Marero Arias who shot into the lead, which she did in her heat semi-final and semi-final, and she hung on, even though she looked like it might cost her too much, the early start. Laura Tasch on camera there. And already it's settled down with 4 scullers across. So although the Cuban Marero Arias did take an early lead, she's been hauled back absolutely straight away. And Marit van Eupen has come through in lane 4. That's the bow ball of the boat, the white boat there. Lane 4, that's Marit van Eupen into a tiny lead with Benedict Lucy Dorfman next to her in lane 5, and Laura Tasch in lane 6 hanging on there too. It's lane 2, Teresa Ribero, who has slipped back a little bit in this first 500 meters, and Jo Hammond also just off the early pace. But it's very early doors, and no harm at all in being with the pack at this stage. No need to dash out in front. And as we come to 500 meters, it is Marit van Eupen who will be first through the line, with Lucy Dorfman in second place, and the Cuban Arias Marero. Now she's very young, she's 23. She's got no big international experience before, but coming through very nicely there. Marit van Eupen, she's across the course. She's not steering a very straight line. Well clear of the boys, but she'll want to correct that. The wind is now picking up. It was oily flat in the morning. Now it's coming across the course from the southeast. The start is due north, the finish is due south, and the wind is now coming across from the east, slightly headed towards the to the start. So it's a southeasterly wind, and it's blowing them to the left-hand side of their lanes as they look at them going along the course. A small amount of correction required, but it will just be necessary to keep an eye on the steering. Marit van Eupen looking very steady and controlled out there in front. It didn't cost her too much to get there, and She looks like she's the one setting the pace for the others to test their race plan against. The order at 500: Netherlands first, France second, 0.4 of a second behind, Cuba in third place, as we saw, a second behind, then Germany, then Spain and Great Britain, 3 seconds adrift at 500 meters in sixth place. Joe Hammond on the top of the picture, the far side, has clearly drawn back into the pack, but we have Marit van Eupen and then 4 scullers virtually level in the chasing van. Marit van Eupen through 1,000 meters in 4:01, so she won't break 8 minutes today. France second, 2 seconds behind, Cuba third, Great Britain up in third place, 0.25 of a second behind the Cuban, and Joe Hammond has a couple of years of age but a great deal more experience in these last 2.5 years than Aria Marrero. Maria Arrero did win some medals in the Pan American Games. She's got a couple of goals from that, so she has had a little bit of experience outside the World Championships forum, but this is a different thing here. Bénédicte Lucy-Dorfmann from France, a fixture in this event. She won silver in '96 in the non-Olympic Games that year, not at Atlanta but in the international events and Strathclyde, and then she won a silver at Aiguebelette, almost home water, in '97, and a bronze medal in '98 at Cologne. So she's had glory days there, and after another one here, still in silver medal position. But it's Marit van Eupen who has absolutely set this river alight. She's won the double scull in Lucerne this year, and in the Olympics was a bronze medalist also in the lightweight double scull. 36 years old, 35 years old, I beg her pardon. Her birthday's later on this month. Coming up to 1,500 meters, Marit van Eupen dominating the lightweight single sculls, and it's now Mas de Xasars, Spain in second place, de Xasars Ribero, and France still in third place, with Cuba, Great Britain close behind, and Laura Tasch of Germany not yet quite on the scorecard, but not far off. Laura Tasch come back up into the picture. That's her closest to the scene, to the camera, in lane 6, and she's now challenging. She's past the Cuban Marrero Aria, and is closing on Lucy Dorfmann. That's her in picture now. So still a lot to play for in the last 500 meters. They are 400 meters out. Marit van Eupen clearly in control. .30 strokes, 30.5 rating at the moment, strokes to the minute. Breathing it all, very hot out there, light weights, very close to weight, so you have no spare hydration and you dehydrate very rapidly. All sorts of strategies to combat that, but she will have weighed in 2 hours before this race and immediately rehydrated to make sure that she was carrying enough water in her body in these hot temperatures and high humidity. And close behind her as they come up to the finish, there's a good race for second place, with it looks like Lucy Dorfmann in second place. It looks like Spain being challenged by Germany for bronze medal, but at the moment it's Van Eupen not slowing down but cruising through the finish line to take a gold medal. Now with France, Dorfmann in second place, Spain takes third, and Great Britain fourth, just ahead of Germany, Laura Tasch, and the Cuban fading at the end to finish in sixth.